time for another episode of True Tea. I wanted to thank you guys so much for joining me here for yet another episode of True Tea. Thank you guys for coming every single week and contributing to this platform. It really means an awful lot to me. If you're brand new here, what we like to do on this channel is learn, share, and grow through education and conversation. And this is the conversation segment. This is where we come and we share our rawest, most real, true tea. We are honest, we are open, we are saying things that sometimes may or may not be right or wrong, but it's how we feel in the moment. And it's all just about sort of learning how to interact with each other and live with each other and understand each other. So if you are into that sort of thing, I would highly suggest that you subscribe to this YouTube channel because that's what we tend to do here. So yeah. Anyway, we're going to be having a quick little conversation about labels. But before we do, I personally think it would be a great idea for you to go to your kitchen and grab yourself something to drink. Now, personally, if you can't already tell, I'm drinking some Goon, some good old-fashioned Goon vibes. I am just honestly like I'm pre-partying. Okay, I'm late. As you guys know, usually when I film these videos, I'm like going somewhere else. I'm already late to this party. I'm pre-partying. Listen, don't judge me, judge yourself, worry about yourself, okay? But for now, darling, I'm drinking some Goon, so I hope you drink some too. What is this? This is actually Pinot Noir by Franzia, because you guys know I only drink the fanciest stuff. So anyway, let me know what's in your mug in the comment box below, and let's get into this conversation. So, I wanted to talk to you guys about labels because I feel like there's been a common theme throughout the past couple of True Tea videos that I've done. It's all been about this sort of wrestling with labels, whether it's wrestling with sexuality labels, whether it's wrestling with gender labels, whether it's wrestling with, specific types of inner trans community identities. Like there's just so many different things. And I wanted to sort of have a sort of general video about how I feel about labels because I think it's actually a fairly complex conversation. And of course, you guys know, I really want to, bounce this off of you guys and see how you guys feel about this because labels are such a complicated thing, and I think that they have use and sometimes they don't have use. So, yeah. So, when it comes to myself personally,
okay. I hope I don't get into trouble for that. That's not what I'm here for. Okay, I hope I don't get in trouble for incorporating someone else's video in here. I just want to make it, I just want to make people aware of what I'm talking about. Labels. And why it's such an issue with the government. I mean, it's not supposed to be an issue with the government. It's supposed to be an issue with, it's not supposed to be a government issue. But somehow it has been turned into that. For some big reason that I don't know about. The government must be trying to, for the most part, I hate the government, alright? Because I mean, I hate the government for so many reasons because they don't do, the things that government should do, I'm a bit of a moron, okay? I'm a bit of a moron because I don't believe everything that everyone tells me. Especially the government. I don't believe in just rolling over. And and allowing the government to be my only ally. Like that's not right. Like, I don't believe in what the government tells me because the government doesn't really know how to tell the truth about anything, other than when he's, you know, going to bed or taking a shower. You know, like it seems like the government only cares about taking a shower, having 3 square meals a day, possibly 4, plus a nightcap before going to bed, and then going to bed, and having fun with and doing whatever with their kids and their wives, and then going back to work. They are not aware of what people go through, especially people who have Down syndrome, autism, cerebral palsy, black and transgender, white, people who are, you know, like people who, you know, like, I mean, especially when it comes to like people, like the government doesn't really care for anything except taking a shower, having 3 or 4 square meals a day, and then having a good night's sleep, like from night, like from like 9:30, 10:30 until like, you know, until like doomsday, 7 p.m. or 7 a.m. in the morning, right? 7 or 8. You know, like one of those hours you'd be surprised if anybody was up yet, and they and then they get in there, and then they get in there, and then they have like a, you know, a mug of coffee, a mug or a glass of coffee, which is right up about the first thing that's wrong with the world, coffee. You know, like it is a drink that helps you be motivated, but it's like we're talking about caffeine here. There's so much caffeine in it, and the brain can't handle it after taking it in after so many years of you drinking it. Sorry if my whole head just disappeared there. As I take a drink of this very lovely whatever you would call this wine, sparkling wine, uh, 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 um, punch. It's punch related. The it, it's punch related, and I think it's wine related too, of the sparkling nature. Pomegranate juice of the sparkling nature. And anyway, let's get right down to it. People with peculiar needs, or if that's not complete English for some of you, special needs, which is what I don't like to call them, because there's nothing special about these needs. We have them, but that doesn't make them special. You know, God, like we are special in our like we aren't like, I mean, we are special, but that's not the point I'm trying to make. You know, like we are special, but the needs we have to live with, they're not so great. Okay, they're not so great and they're not so special either. They, they like I mean, for the most part, they get in our way. Autism, Down syndrome, uh, which is basically the same thing of autism. You know, the autism, the autism circle, um, the Down syndrome. You know, Down syndrome, autism, sort of the same idea, and the same thing for the most part. Um, uh, um, Down syndrome 101, which is not what I have. Um, that's the kind of Down syndrome that I would not want to have because they because I don't I I I, t- I want to live in the I want to live in the world as a person and not a robot that someone has thought that has that someone has thought, you know, like I mean the story of Down syndrome is like people who feel like robots because of their quote unquote special need, which is not that special because if it was that special, then we would know how to, you know, like I mean we don't know how to use them. If we knew how to use them, then that would inquire that we know what comes with it, and that we are capable of doing everything the government said we could do. That's the government talking, okay? If they're talking at all, because from them, good never comes. You like I mean, you might as well be talking about stuff. Like I mean, you would like I mean, you might as well be talking. Like I mean, you might as well be talking to a neighborhood drunk that doesn't know what the heck you're talking about because he's so drunk. You know, like that's what you get out of the government. You know, nothing but CAOM crap. It, and by the way, if anyone thinks that I meant to, and by the way, if anybody, you know, basically thinks that I was trying to on purpose put Cat Black into this, yes, no, I wasn't. That wasn't part of the original idea of this video. I just wanted to put her in there to give you the back, you know, the back history of what I'm talking about. That was the only reason why I wanted her, one of her, from her other videos from back there, way back when, to help me with this because I don't know, because I really want people to see this. I mean, no, I really want people to get what I'm trying to get at. So if I have to use someone like Cat Black to help explain about the whole labeling system, then you know, I mean, I don't have the right to tap into someone else's video and try to claim it. I don't, but I do have the right to have my voice heard if I have to put another person's voice in there along with me to give the proper effect of what I want people to get. So that's why I'm putting her in. So that's why Cat Black is in this thing, skirting this thing off, because I don't want to just be like, oh, okay, he's not oh, okay, he's not serious about what he's talking about. That's the reason. You know, I want to be serious. I want people to get that I'm serious in what I'm Luke Reynolds talking about. I don't want, you know, and by the way, off topic, Cat Black is a wonderful person who that I am subscribed to, and 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 she's a wonderful person in general. I've never seen anybody so wonderful in like this side of YouTube. Like, but anyway, you know, like I haven't seen anybody as wonderful as Cat Black on this side of YouTube. I know it's strange, but don't judge me, okay? Judge your parents but don't judge me for doing something that I wanted to do to make my point stand out, okay? Don't judge me and don't judge my don't don't judge me if I want to make a certain move like that. Judge your parents. Don't judge me, okay? Just because I had the nerve to do something like that, put another person's video of them talking in here because I want to make my point stand out. Okay? Like, I mean, I just need a little background to give people the instinctive of what I'm talking about. Because if I don't do that, people won't think of me as being serious. Because I really am serious about what I'm talking about. You know, I'm serious in every video that I make, and I don't want people to think I'm not serious. So that's why I incorporated Kat Black in here, because I want to be serious. And by the way, she's a very wonderful person who I know is wonderful. A very wonderful person who is on my mind constantly, okay? But that's as far as I'm going to take that. Back to our original video. And I don't mean on my mind like in a bad way. I like her a lot. But anyway, back to our original content. I feel very strongly that the government does not have the right to take I feel very strongly about the government and his ways and the ways of the government. Sorry for picking my snout here. My proboscis, my nose. Starting to sound like Jimmy Durante here. My proboscis. I'll be seeing you in all the familiar places. Yeah. Good night, Mrs. Balderdash, wherever you are. Anyway, that was my Jimmy Durante impersonation. But no, yeah. But let's try to keep this original here. I feel that the Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, or the government does not have the right to take from the special needed, the peculiar needed, the right to stand up and say, no, this is wrong, or yeah, this is right. You know, neither one of them has that right to take that away from them. Neither do they have the right to stop the truckers from delivering food and appliances to the store so we can, live. And by the way, the truckers, and by the way, this is a small little shout out to Justin Trudeau. What are you doing, man? We're not looking for another war. We're not looking for World War 23. We're just looking for justice, and we're not going to go home. We're going to stay right where we are, and we're going to keep marching forward, despite of what you're saying, despite of what you're saying, Trudeau. We're not going to give up our right to vote, and potentially get you to realize that, hey, we're not leaving. We're not leaving because we need things to live on, food for the most part, and water and drink, and we're not leaving. So you might as well get used to that, Trudeau. You might as well get used to it because we're not leaving until we see some action, you know, on your end to start talking to the damn truckers. Like if you're not, you know, like, excuse me, but you have a wife and kids too, and they're hungry, and you're saying no to not just us, but them, you know, your own family. Like, first of all, I'm surprised you have a family to support because you can't support them on no food and no water and no heat for your house. So quit being something you're not, you know. Do your part with the truckers and then take it from there. If you're not going to do that, then at least bow out gracefully and leave. Because we're not leaving, we're staying in, and we're going to go right over your head. Anyway, yeah, I said my part, and like, we're going over your head, man, Mr. Trudeau. If that is your real name, we're staying here. In other words, let my people go. Words, yeah. Moses here. Let my people go, Ravises. Let my people go, Ravises. Ravises. Let my people go. No, I won't. Anyway, I talked to you until the next Brainfold. Until the next Brainfold here. See you later, and make sure you wear your umbrellas if it's raining outside. And yeah, so until the next Brainfold here, stay cool. And so until the next Brainfold you see in here, stay cool. Stay real. Say no to Justin Trudeau and stay in there and make sure this guy, you know. So until the next Brains World here, so until the next Brains World, stay cool, stay out of the rain, say no to Justin Trudeau, and vote him down. We need food and we need water. Until then, this is the Brains World man signing out.